Guys, so in this video I'd like to sum up my 2 months of revising Japanese, and for the starters I'm gonna start off with this kanji book that I completed in the beginning of September. It took me exactly as written here 6 weeks to complete. I did 2 pages every single day. I didn't miss a day, and indeed it is possible to complete it in 6 weeks. I think this textbook is very good for revision. It is not for someone who starts from a scratch. And it is this textbook has a very good visual, which shows you in what daily situation in Japan you might come across to these kanjis, be it at, I don't know, a railway station, at a doctor's office, and so on. And it gives us a few multiple choice questions, but that's it. So not many possibilities to practice the kanjis, no possibilities whatsoever to write them, and also it does not explain you the vocabulary in terms of, it gives you some translation, but there are a lot of vocabulary that is very similar. It does not give you the explanation why they are that similar. So what's the difference? And also this textbook has a booklet, so you can check your answers. But for revision purposes, I think this is an amazing textbook. I've shot also a video comparing three different books that I've used for kanjis, and if you want to see, you can just click on the link and watch this comparison. So after finishing this one, I went on for my main textbook using this Torai for revising my Japanese bunpo. This is also from Ask Publishing, but this is a bit different setting because it always has a small story, or that is divided usually into two different chapters. I managed to do almost a chapter every single day, so I went through it quite quickly. Said that, I have to notice that I've studied Japanese N3 grammar before, so it was easier for me maybe to do it than for someone who's doing it for the very first time. And but however, I think this is very good for someone who does N3 grammar for the first time, or who is just revising. So compared to, for instance, Shinkanzen Master, it is not only about the patterns and then exercises, but it has some reading parts, then it has the explanation of grammar points, and then you have different multiple choice questions, and also listening part, which I really liked. And I really liked also that it has usually no more than 5 different grammar points in one chapter, which means that you won't get overwhelmed with the amount of new grammatical patterns to study. However, I would say that certain texts were very simple and easy to understand. Certain texts had a bit of vocabulary, especially in sample sentences with certain grammar. I was like having to look up a lot of them to see what's the meaning. So certain sample sentences I would have changed if it was up to me, because the vocabulary was a bit too technical at some times. I managed to finish it, I think, by the 28th of September. And then the third book that I'm now tackling is Dokkai, or the Reading Comprehension, and this is a bit different publisher, and it's by Shinkanzen Master series. I actually didn't know how to approach this textbook because it is divided into 4 different sections, and I was looking up online how other people have approached it. I didn't find any blog posts about it. However, you don't really need it because it is very self-explanatory. You should start from the beginning. It explains you how the Japanese texts work, and what I really liked in these reading texts is that it is really using text and I don't know, for instance, prescriptions. What can you see on the prescriptions? How it's written. So really daily pamphlets anything you can come across in Japan. So when you come across, you really know how to respond or how to read them. And for instance, there are some opinion stories, and they are always connecting to Japanese life. For instance, they say in one story they were telling how small kids are taught in Japanese kindergartens to be prepared for disasters, and how the word okashimo is used for the children. So this is a very nice reading. Of course, it has this booklet with the answer key, and I don't know, less than 2 weeks I managed to do almost half of the book, so it's going amazingly quickly. So in a week or two I'm gonna be done with it. So I always use this kind of one of the essential books, and then I usually add certain smaller books that I can use as a revision for something else. So as soon as I finished my grammar and started my dokai, I'm doing every day 1 to 2 chapters of Bunpo revision. It says 1日2ページ、30日で完成. So basically, if I do 2 pages per day, I could finish this textbook in 30 days. But it also says that 1日1時間、1週間完成、完成, yeah, the ganryo. So basically, I could finish it also in 1 week if I do 1 hour per day. This Power Daily is also by Us Publishing, the same publisher company that did the Troy series grammar book. But I was a bit disappointed that this drill book gives you also N2 grammar patterns, and I think it kind of you have to kind of admit to yourself that I haven't studied it, I don't remember that well, so you won't get the maximum score. And it's not because you maybe don't know the Bunpo. I like to make mistakes because it kind of shows me what I don't know yet, but I think that if you are doing like kind of grammar exercises, then you should have in the multiple selection, you should have all the grammatical patterns you've studied, because then you can check up certain grammatical patterns that you didn't remember that well. But in this book, a lot of cases are that the N2 grammar is the correct answer, and of course you haven't studied it. I checked N2 Try textbook which I have at home, and indeed a lot of, at least, I don't know, 8 grammatical patterns that I've covered so far in this textbook, they are just coming up in N2 textbook. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind. And comparison to for instance the Nihongo So-matome the series, the Kohakumon, or some other drill books, it does not explain you the grammar patterns. So this is a good one to just drill your grammar, but you have to but you have to keep in mind that it does not give you all N3 grammar points. It gives you also N3 grammar points and no explanation for grammar. So this is half done, and when I'm done, and then another one that I do usually in the mornings when I'm on my bus to work is this Nihongo Kaiwa Kihon Bunke 88. If you've seen my previous videos, then I've said a lot of good words about this textbook, because this is actually giving you minuscule kind of dialogues to see how certain grammatical patterns are used. So it not only kind of boosts your grammar, but also makes you sound more natural, and hopefully kind of makes me speak more with those grammatical patterns. I haven't tested how well has it worked. I've done 60 of them. I'm planning to do 10 more today. Then I usually take 1 week or 2 weeks to listen them on my way to work. However, this is said to be the bestly utilized or used when you really shadow. But with shadowing, you have to keep in mind that it actually tires the brain a lot. So I've seen some blog posts which say that you shouldn't really do it more than 10 to 15 minutes. And I have to agree. If you do the shadowing, so it means listening very intently what the audio is, then you pause, then you try to shadow it, then you go on, shadow the answer, and you go on and on and on with this. It is tiresome, but should should help to improve your um, speaking abilities. I think when I'm gonna be done with this textbook. I'm gonna leave it to be, and then I am going to come back to this textbook and revise. So yes, so when I'm done with this drill book, I'm gonna use this Kohakumon, and then I'm most likely gonna buy another drill book where the explanations are in all, to drill N3 grammar even more. I'm not sure for this book that is really waiting for its turn. It is, as you can see, Nihongo no Joshi, imeiji de wakaru. So Japanese particles, understanding from the pictures. And I want to go through it. I think it's 1 week of work for me. And most likely I'm gonna go to this book after I've completed the reading section, because at the moment I have enough drills. Or another option is that before going to this kind of a revision, I'm gonna do this one and jump then over to this. And when I'm done with those books, especially with the reading part, the idea is that I'm gonna do the goi or the vocabulary, but I'm gonna talk more about it in my next video when I'm summing up my 3 months of revision. Hopefully by that time I'm done with the reading part and with at least with this grammar drill, and we'll keep you updated. So see you soon. Bye bye.